What is up, guys? Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to answer one very important question, and one question that is being asked all the time with everybody just sitting around and talking about wholesaling real estate. And the biggest question I get, and the biggest question so many people get, and a lot of people are lost, but it's, how do I get started wholesaling? What do I do? How do I get started? When should I get started? Where should I get started? And lastly is just how, what is wholesaling? How can I do this? What's really the plan, especially since 2023 is coming up and we really got to figure out how to get started in this business, right? And maybe you've been wholesaling for a little bit and you haven't gotten your first deal. And maybe you're asking yourself, where should I get started now? In today's video, I'm going to be answering probably the most important question a lot of beginners and a lot of people in wholesaling real estate have. It's just, how do I start? And that's what I want to break down. And really what I'm going to break down today specifically are the four big questions in wholesaling real estate. The what, when, where, and how in wholesaling real estate. What should I do for wholesaling? When should I start wholesaling? Where should I wholesale? And lastly, how should I wholesale houses? We get a lot of people that have this question, and a lot of people, maybe they come back during the holidays or events with their families, and they have gatherings and they talk about wholesaling, and then you get someone intrigued and they say, that sounds cool, but how do I start? What do I do? When? How? How do I get this info? This is going to be the video for you and for them or for anyone, right? And I like doing these little reset videos for people that are starting out in wholesaling real estate, because we get so many people hop on. We get tens of thousands of people that join freewholesaling.com that get started in this business, and they want to know how to get started. And this is the video for you guys out here. And this is the video I want to do to help you learn wholesaling real estate the right way. But before I get into it, I'm jacked up. Do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Comment below your questions, and I'd love to help you guys out. Learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let's really share how to start wholesaling real estate the right way. But before we get into it, we got to hype you guys up. Cue the intro. It's wholesaling time.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
We're back. So let's talk about this. Let's really get into these questions, because one thing I always see, and this is a really great comment I actually saw right here, but Leon says here, let's do this. He's ready to step out of the truck. And what do you mean by that is driving trucks for a living. There's no problem, no shame in that. It's a great way to make an income and a living. But somebody like that is working full-time being a truck driver, that's a lot of work. And it's a lot harder to do a lot of other tactics in wholesaling real estate. And there are some tactics in wholesaling that are actually a little easier to do. So that's why in this video, I really want to talk about every type of wholesaler out here and everyone starting in this business and really into it. So really what we're going to do is really give a one-page business plan. If I had one piece of paper and I can just write to anybody a business plan for them and be like, all right, here you go after it. This is what I want to do. And so we're going to sort of create a one-page business plan with you guys today for wholesaling real estate. And thought it'd be a pretty interesting video. I think that'll be a video that help as many people as possible and really give the value that the people really need in wholesaling. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let me know where everyone's from. Love to know, and love to help the people out. So let's get into it. So we got the questions, right? What, when, where, and how for wholesaling real estate. So let's sort of talk about what, right? So this is pretty simple. And I like to keep wholesaling real estate very simple for pretty much everyone. But like, what is wholesaling? And wholesaling is pretty much a very simple 3-step process. And, you can get really complicated with this business and you can also make it pretty simple and easy, right? And it's really depending on which way you look at the business and which way you want to view it. In all honesty, I've always seen, but wholesaling real estate really comes down to 3 simple things. Finding an ugly house with somebody that wants to actually sell that ugly house. We call it a motivated seller. So that's step 1. And step 2 is just writing up a contract, right, to purchase the property. And then step 3 is basically selling that contract for profit, for money, right? And everyone knows this, but you can make 10, 15, 20, 25, $30,000, right? Like, it works. This is an amazing business for it. And it is 100% possible. And it's 100% something that can happen and will happen. But the truth is, in wholesaling real estate, so many people really want to complicate this process. There's gurus in the way, trying to confuse you to sell these massive, crazy, insane courses. And the truth is, you don't have to buy all these courses and do all these crazy stuff to get it done, right? Like, I think so many wholesalers really think they have to do all this stuff. And really, that's not the point. That's not what we're trying to do. And that's not what this business is for. But really, wholesaling real estate really comes down to those 3 key components and those 3 things. And the next question here is like, okay, so if you know what wholesaling real estate is, and that's a very big, broad overview for so many people in wholesaling, but like, think about it. Wholesaling real estate is actually a very simple process. If you can find people that want to sell the property for very cheap and they have an ugly type house, that's probably why they're most likely going to want to do it. That's going to lead you to it. And really, these 3 things are really the 3 phases of wholesaling. So we have marketing, we have acquisitions, which is writing the contract, and then we have dispositions, which is just selling the contract. Pretty simple, but like, that's how you get started in wholesaling, right? And then the next part here is like the when part of it, right? Like, when. So when should I start wholesaling? Like, when should I actually go and do it? Like, what time during the day? What should I do? All these things. Honestly, I've always said this, and I'll probably continue to keep saying this, but really, if you want to figure out how much time you should put in this business, it's as much time as you possibly can, right? And I always tell people, create a time budget and create a money budget. Those are going to be the most important things you can do possibly in wholesaling real estate to figure out when you should wholesale, right? And the real question is, it's like, how much time should you put in, right? And so I'll give an example. We had somebody on our Facebook group say that they can't cold call, they can't drive for dollars, they can't do any of these things because they're a full-time student, and that is their biggest issue, and that they actually can't wholesale because they're a full-time student. Pretty much what they were implying. They have no money and they have no time. And really, it's a very fascinating thing when I see that, because for every type of person that I see complain that they're in college full-time and they can't wholesale because they don't have a car and it's so much work in college, and then you see another person who, they make $250,000 in college wholesaling, right? And I'm kind of mean, but like, I'm not a person for excuses, and I never have, and I never will be. Excuses will get you nowhere in life. And that is a hard truth a lot of people have to understand. And so I just kind of told my story to that person, right? Like, I took 16 credits a semester, cold calling 5 hours a day, wholesaling an extra hour or 2, and I had pretty good grades. And it was kind of funny, but like, it's the honest truth. I was virtually wholesaling, working pretty much 6, 7, 8 hours a day, still going to the gym like 30, 45 minutes. And then on top of that, I was doing schoolwork and work. Like, guys, I hate to say this, but like, either you make time or the time will make you. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. And I graduated from UF in 18 months. And that's because, I worked my butt off doing it, but like, I was able to wholesale real estate full time because I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars with that. And I was still able to graduate from college, and I was able to actually do it online. Not online, but like, I was able to take the test online. They thought I lived in Gainesville, but I wasn't. But I got the degree in 18 months, right? Because I was taking 16 credit semesters. It's insane. I think a full one's 12. So I was taking like 1.5. I was taking an extra course every semester, and I was still wholesaling, right? And no, I did not have an A+ average, but like, I was a solid B. And if I put the hours I really had to into it, I could definitely get straight. I was straight A's. I think my first high school was easy. But like, when I started wholesaling, I started like not caring about the grades and things like that. But The truth is, like, if I was getting straight B's and all I needed was B's to keep my full ride scholarship, so that's all I really did. But like, y'all got to understand, it's like I decided that making money wholesaling real estate was more important than getting an extra 0.1 or 0.2 on my GPA. And that led me to more money. And the one thing I can tell everybody is the degree doesn't care what your GPA is. It's just a degree. All right. Like, I don't care you graduate summa cum laude or whatever. Honestly, if you're going to get a job, it doesn't even matter. But it's just a piece of paper. And it doesn't care what cares that you graduated. Okay. And so time and money budget. When I was in college, that's what I decided. I decided I'm going to pour my time in as effectively as possible, what could have the best ROI or return on investment for myself. So would it be worth not making any money in wholesaling and getting an A? Or would it be worth only putting maybe an hour and a half into schoolwork? And it's crazy, but I did, and just get a B or like B plus in the classes and keep all my scholarships. And I was able to pour an extra 6 hours into wholesaling and changing my life. I did the ROI assessment for myself. A lot of you guys have to do that for yourself with your time and money and budget, right? Because get less sleep, spend more time wholesaling doing that, get more sleep, feel better, maybe wholesale even better. Like, what do you have to do? Should this marketing be here? Should this marketing? You guys have to do the decision yourself. But the question is, how much should I work for wholesaling? Every waking hour will give you better chances of getting a wholesaling deal, right? Every waking hour you have gets you a better chance of just making money in wholesaling, right? So of course I want you to put more hours into marketing, talking to sellers, doing things, but it's ultimately up to you which one, because if you have a full-time job, kids, family, I get it. But I can tell you is the more time you're willing to put in, the better chance you are going to be successful at wholesaling. So I've always told everyone, I got 5 to 10 hours. I think everyone can 5 to 10 hours a week. I know it's crazy. But like, I think if you cut a lot of your social media intake, a lot of your entertainment, hate to say it. I mean, still, I was working like a maniac. I never missed a Dolphins game, but that was pretty much my only entertainment. No Netflix, no Amazon. I watched my Dolphins game for like, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, on Sundays. But like, that's pretty much the entertainment I got. The rest I was like work, school, work, school, work, school, work. Like, that's it. And honestly, I think so many people get that confused. And if you really look at your screen time on your phone, you spend a lot of time doing stupid stuff. I still spend a lot of time doing stupid stuff. But really, if you got 5 to 10 hours, less than $200, so that college kid, right? Either you drive for dollars or you pull government lists and cold call them. That's really I hate to say it, but like, that's really one of your only strategies. And I don't like putting people in corners, but either in this business, you can pour a lot of time in it, you're going to do well, or you pour a lot of money and you can do it, but you're still going to have to put some time in. And unfortunately, the case is when you have not a lot of time, not a lot of money, things get a lot more dire and drastic. And so drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, and probably government lists, I'd probably stick to the probates first and foremost. That's going to lead you to the best success with that little time and money. And so the question is like when, and that's how you should do it too, right? Once you start getting above 10 hours, obviously the drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, if that's in your budget, you can do that, right? But I think you should be cold calling at that point, because when you're cold calling, you're getting better at talking to sellers, your communication skills skyrocket, and you actually get better at having conversations and closing sellers and marketing and just getting deals done. That's going to lead you to the best success possible. Now, the next question here is virtual or local? Should I stay local in my market for wholesaling real estate, or should I go virtual? And I get this question, should I stay or should I go? And it's always a fun one, because a lot of people think it's this complicated, crazy quadratic equation that's going to change everything and change the world. And this is the most important thing ever. And honestly, it's not. Okay. I think a lot of wholesalers feel like it's everything, that they do this or that or all this thing, but really it's not. And I can tell you first and foremost that I have one really simple rule if you should go virtual or local, because this might be a shocker to you, but like, I keep wholesaling really simple. I really don't complicate it. I don't make it this crazy, insane thing that's nuts. I keep wholesaling super stupid simple, because wholesaling real estate is super stupid simple. And if you keep wholesaling real estate in a really easy format for you to understand, you have simple rules, you can simply make a lot of money. And that's the point of it, right? So honestly, so if your ARV, your average ARV, so an ARV is your after repair value. So if the average property value in your city or county is below 500,000 and your county's population is over 50,000, I'd probably tell you to stay local. That doesn't make it a great market, but it's a decent enough market where you should probably stay local, where the government lists drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, code violations, all these things are pretty good to go. Like I think you'll do decent, and there should be no excuse not to do deals in that market. Now, have you found ARV right? It's a big question I always get. Just search your county or your city's median home price Zillow. So if I want to go out here, find out what my ARV is if I live in Memphis, right? So you can do two ways. So Memphis is in Shelby County. So I can search the Shelby County, Tennessee. Go to google.com, search Shelby County, Tennessee, space, median home price Zillow. And Zillow will tell you what the home price averages is in Shelby County, or you can put Memphis, Tennessee, median home price space Zillow. Pop up, it'll tell you 125, 100,000, whatever it's going to be, right? That's probably going to be your best bet for finding that. And then your population, you just search your county's population, Shelby County, Tennessee population, should pop up pretty simple. The reasoning behind this is because if your average ARV is below 500,000, you got to understand the higher price of a home, the less likely a seller is to take a discount. Are you willing to take a 10% discount on a $5 burger? So are you willing to pay $5 for a burger where at home you could probably make it for $4.50? That's a 10%. I'm paying a 10% premium. Yeah, I'll do. So it's always funny. So if I'm selling something and it's $5 and someone's negotiating, they're like, I'll buy your burger for $4.50 and it costs you $1. It's like $4.50, $5, whatever. Like that's not a lot. Like proportionately, you're only giving down 50 cents. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's 10%, right? Now, 10% on a $5 million home, going from $5 million to $4.5 million. Most people can't stomach $500,000 going down by that price. And that's because human beings are really weird. We don't understand percentages as well as numbers. And so that's why on stocks, people are like, the Dow is down 1,000 points. Oh my gosh. And it's like, it's down 0.25%. Like people, numbers drive people insane. Like if you just look at headlines, people get stressed. Oh my gosh, the Dow is down 1,000 points. It's like, that's like 0.5%. Okay. And now if they say the Dow's down 2% today, people are like, whatever, 2,000 points. They go nuts because human beings are really weird with numbers. And I've read every sales psychology book you could possibly think of for real estate sales, all these things. And human beings are weird. And the name of the game in wholesaling real estate is to get properties under contract for the best discounts possible. And to get the best discounts possible, you're going to have to get real estate at cheaper real estate. So if I want to get a 30% discount on a house, there's a zilch chance pretty much I'm going to get that on a $2 million home. Happens, but very, 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 very rare. It's like me winning the lottery to a point. Me getting a 30% discount on a house, 150 grand, I do it pretty much every day, right? Especially in virtual wholesaling. And so because of human beings and how they work, we know statistically in wholesaling real estate, you want the best success, you want to have cheaper housing. Now, there is a Goldilocks zone because you have to understand the cheaper real estate. So houses I'm doing deals that are, the average house is worth 100,000, 120,000. The most I'm going to make per deal is 5, 10, 15,000. Now, in my local market where the average house is about 400, 430, it's a lot harder for me to get big discounts, but the average deal I'm doing is 30, 40, 30, 35, 40,000. Now, I don't do as many deals as someone in Shelby County or if I'm doing virtual wholesaling in Knoxville. But what I could tell you is the extra profit makes it up. So it's all a give and take, right? It's easier to get deals. You do more deals, but there's some markets it's hard to get deals, but you make more per deal. It's really zero sum. And I really enjoy that part of wholesaling where it's a give and take. What you get, what is a con equals out with a pro. And that happens in most markets. Now, there's some markets where the cons outweigh the pros. And this is when your average ARV is too high and your population is too low. So this is why ARV is important. Now, why is population important? Population is important because if there's not a lot of people living in an area, it's not going to be desirable for a cash buyer. Now, a cash buyer is someone who's buying our contract. Now, why would I want to sell my contract to a lot of people, right? Because the more people that are willing to buy contracts, the more cash buyers, the more someone's willing to buy it. If there's more demand for your supply, which is a contract for cheap, there's more demand, prices go up. Why do you think toilet paper shot up like crazy? Because everyone is wanting to buy it like crazy. And so once all the cash buyers for toilet paper went up, TP prices went up, right? Same thing. So but there's also more wholesalers, so it's a yin and a yang. But population is decent enough. That means there's a decent enough economy surrounded there where there's a lot of good rentals. If I go try to fix and flip a property, it's going to be easier for me to sell it. There's more buyers to sell it. That makes it a lot more attractive to a cash buyer. So if your population for your county is under 50,000, there's going to be a lot less cash buyers, and it's going to be a lot harder to sell your deal. Might be easier to find deals, but it's going to be a lot less easier to do it. So that's why I want your county population to be over 50,000. So the synopsis here is stay local. If you can get properties under contract for cheap, which is 500 grand right here, right? Under there. And then you can actually get a population over 50,000. So get properties for good discounts cheap. And you also have a ton of cash buyers. So if you get good deals, good, number one, then you get good deals and you get a lot of buyers, double boom, double awesome, double great. Now, if your ARV is above 500, we're talking 6, 7, 8, 9 million, and your population's low, it gets a lot tougher to wholesale houses. I'm just being honest. And usually with lower populations, prices actually are down. But there's some markets like this, and this is an and/or situation. So if your average house is 800,000, but you live in a population of 1 million, it doesn't negate it, right? If you live in LA, not a good wholesaling market because the ARV is too high. Everyone wants to sell it for too high still. Now, population too low, but prices are too low. You can get them for good deals, but here's the big issue. There's not a lot of cash buyers. Now, you can try to find a cash buyer in a low population. It's tougher to make some good, decent income and actually get a ton of deals. So I think a lot of wholesalers out here get really stressed out over that, right? And they get very confused. And honestly, like, you have to understand that about your market, right? And so I get a lot of questions, and I actually, the amount of questions I get sometimes, it's kind of funny, but like a lot of people try. But let me pop this question up. So I got one question here, hey man, is Georgia a good wholesaling market, right? And I get questions like a blanket, like an entire state is good. Guys, real estate doesn't work by states. And really, where you live, it's cool to be in a state, but a state's just a geographic area. Real estate is city specific. So we'll do a couple ones, right? So if I live in, let's say, Auburn, Georgia, which is like 12,000 people in it, it's not going to be the best market, okay? And if I live in all the way somewhere random in Georgia, like somewhere crazy off kilter area, probably not going to be a lot of people, not a good wholesale market. But if I live in Atlanta, it's a lot of people, a lot of buyers. It's a great market. Same thing in Florida. If I want to go and live in Loxahatchee, Florida, no. West Palm, great. So it's like, West Palm's decent. It's not, I'm not going to call it insanely great, but like that's how it works. Don't go by state, go by city. Don't say my state's good so I can wholesale the entire one. Like New York State, for example. New York City, not, ARV is too high. Not a good wholesaling market. We talk about Rochester, Syracuse, upstate, amazing. And so does that make New York State good for No, it's the area, right? And Albany, Central, that's decent too. But like, y'all got to understand that it's about the city or the county, not the state. And if you understand that, you have to do it. And then states have laws and things that make it a little more difficult, crazier, but you should be fine. Other question I always get is wholesaling illegal, right? I've talked to a lot of lawyers, a lot of legal scholars, a lot of people, representatives, members of Congress. I don't talk about this too much. I talk to members of Congress about wholesaling real estate. Find another guru that does that. No one. And I mean, Congress doesn't do much. State legislators, they have some power, but really, wholesaling real estate's fine in every single state, right? Now, there's Illinois is the only one that has a weird law. And they have a law written so poorly that it's, in my opinion, unconstitutional. And because it's unconstitutional, no one's ever enforced that law. And that's, my lawyer's even going to be mad for me saying that, but I have not found one case of somebody enforcing a law like that they've done. But hey, I could be wrong. But what I could tell you is Illinois would probably get a license. Outside of that, you should be fine. So that's kind of my spiel on it. Now, The last question is, how do I get started? Zach, how do I pull a government list? How do I cold call? How do I SMS text blast? How do I do all these things? Find cash buyers, all these things. And if I had to break down and just sit down, okay, and I had to sit down with you one-on-one in a room, let's say in the studio right now with me, you're across from me, you're watching me right now, this camera is you, and you say, Zach, I'm going to sit down here, and Zach, your life depends on it. In the period that you're sitting down, and when you get up, that's all you have, and you have to teach me how to get my first deal. And if my not life dependent on that, too drastic. If the Dolphins win the Super Bowl, if I can get a deal in under 30 days, but you only have until the period you're sitting. So if I had to sit down and tell you everything you know about wholesaling, it would probably be 12 hours. And I would do it for the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl because that's how crazy I am. And Fins Nation would respect me for it. But if I had to sit down and guarantee you get a deal, it'd probably take me 12 hours to sit down, train you, hammer you, write notes, all this stuff. That being said, it would take me probably 12 hours from start to finish to show you how to wholesale real estate perfectly the right way, sales, negotiations, contracts, everything. I do not have 12 hours today to go do that for you. And it's a tragedy. Everyone's crying. Everyone wants me to do a 12-hour live stream on how to wholesale from start to finish the entire thing. But I do not have 12 hours today to do this. I'm very sorry. The second best thing we got is 12 hours is only for one deal. Like this isn't even like crazy stuff, right? We got freewholesaling.com. Now, freewholesaling.com, FREEWHOLESALING.com, freewholesaling.com is my free real estate wholesaling course. We have over 50,000 active members that are logging in every single week on that, right? So we don't do how many people signed up anymore. I just like to go after active members because it shot past 50,000 a very long time ago. I don't know if I should say 100,000 yet, but I'll do 50,000 people actively every single week, logging on the website, learning wholesaling, and going after it, right? And it is hands down the largest active course, mentorship, anything for wholesaling. And it's for everyone. Oh, geez. This is when Zach sells me a course. He wants my wallet. He wants my money. He's going to take everything away from me. The $3,000 discovery call is coming out. The guru Zach is back. Never was here, but the guru is back, is here. We knew it all along. This is all webinar in disguise. He's going to sell. I have nothing to sell you. You can't even put your credit card in. You can't put any payment for freewholesaling.com. All you do is create an account and you log in so it can track your progress. So you act like you're actually in a real paid guru stinking stupid course. And that's the reason I do it. I make you guys create a login so you guys can track your progress. And so there's no excuses for you to see everything. There's a lot of videos in there, right? There's a lot of training. So you have to track your things and treat it like it. Guys, I treat it like you actually had to pay $1,000 and it just you log in and just brings you in there. So I pretend I make it the same exact method of you spending $1,000 on the course. Cause I just being in true honesty, I'd probably, if I was going to be a guru, like no jokes aside, I'd probably sell that course for $1,000 and I would get a lot of people signing up for it today. My best guess is I could probably get 10 to 15 purchases every single day if I made that course, just with the following we have, easily every day. But I make it free. And instead of that, what are the numbers on it? If I'm getting divided by 30, instead I go from 10, probably, I would say we're pushing. We have had days where it's been 1,000 signups in a day, but probably 500-600 signups a day at freewholesaling.com. 500 to 600 people go to freewholesaling.com to sign up, not even on top of their active members. And so that being said, sounds like a crazy amount, but like I go from 10 people joining it to 500. And that's pretty good. And so really knowing that you're getting $1,000 course for free and I'm losing a lot, I'm not losing money, but like I could sell it for it, but I don't. Wholesaling real estate is amazing. And I give you that power for free. I give you I give you $1,000. So if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate, how to wholesale houses, most people on here are signed up. Just go to freewholesaling.com, marketing, ARV, acquisitions, dispositions, everything. And then from there, you're good to go. And then I would probably implore everybody to go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, my mastermind group. So that's an insane group too. So it's basically a Facebook group where you can ask any of your questions on wholesaling, and we have 82,000 wholesalers that will just help you out. And I get asked all the time, like, Zach, you should make a Discord. You should, guy. The Discord's okay, but like, I've never been. A lot of people know Discord, right? The problem is the amount of people that would be on that Discord would be disgusting, and having 82,000 people in Discord is just too much. Like that, I think people can understand what that is. All right, a 82,000 person Discord would be insane. A Facebook group, you can handle it, right? It's kind of like a tiny like Reddit thing, right? Even the wholesale real estate Reddit's like 7,000 people. And that's insanely high. An 82,000 person Facebook group, which we do have, Wholesaling Houses for Real, is insane, right? And that's where a lot of people can get the best help. I can get scammers out of there. I can really filter things out. A Discord, I can't. And I ain't having no mods or anything on there. So yeah. I just think a lot of wholesalers think that. But yeah, no, I ain't doing an 82,000 person Discord. But yeah. And I've been asked every single time to make one. We're just got a Facebook group. We're going to keep it at that. And that's good to go. Okay. So what's the name of the Facebook group? It's called Wholesaling Houses for Real. Honestly, if you just search wholesaling and go by groups, it'll probably be the first one to pop up. But it's Wholesaling Houses for Real, because I wholesale real estate for real. Or if you want, just go in the description of the YouTube channel and I'll be on there. But yeah. So it's Wholesaling Houses for Real. And I'll put that actually in the link for everyone. But yeah, so the second one right here, Wholesaling Houses for Real. That's my Facebook group. We are 82,000 people strong, and it's insane the amount of people on there too. But yeah, so I would go there. And the reason why I tell everyone to go there is, first of all, you get your questions asked, comment. You can actually be in a community of like-minded wholesalers that aren't brainwashed from gurus and just genuinely help. And I only have 3 rules in the group. This is why it's the best wholesaling group, and everyone says it is. There's no selling allowed in the group. All right. No selling a course, no selling information. Information cannot be sold. It has to be given like a true mastermind. Nobody walks into a mastermind and says, I'm going to give that information for $50. No, stupid. Okay. No selling of information. Number 2 is no gurus allowed. And I occasionally have to block somebody. Number 3 is just value. You just got to give value. You got to give more than you receive. And there's a lot of people that want to receive, like, there's a lot of people on here that just want to receive and not give, and it's absolutely terrible. So I tell you guys, in wholesaling real estate, keep it legit, keep it 100, and do it well. I had one person that talked some mad smack about me in the group today. I was like, and I want everyone to understand, if you bully me, like, I don't care if you bully me. If you bully somebody else, I'm gonna have a problem with it. But like, straight up tell me that I'm a broke guru, and I just like block them, right? And so we do block a decent amount of people in that group when you actually go out here and try to sell a course and you bully somebody. It's terrible, but bigotry will not be allowed in the group. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of great info. One really important thing I could say in Wholesaling Houses for Real. So you just go to freewholesaling.com, the link's on there. People post their wins. And I think that's really important. So that's pretty much it on how to start in wholesaling. That's how I would start. But go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. And that's how I get started. One-page business plan starting out in wholesaling. But one thing I do want to do here really quick before we get into comments and stuff, I do want to show you something in Wholesaling Houses for Real. I feel like I'm selling you to purchase to go into it. Like, I don't know why, but I just want people to understand why you should be in there. In Wholesaling Houses for Real, this is the Facebook group right here. 2 big things. Number 1, right here in the featured tab, I post this every live I do. You can actually join. There's a StreamYard link right here. You can join and actually hop on and participate in the lives and get free one-on-one coaching. That's insane. But yeah. And then number 2 here, people post their wins. And people got questions. Don't want to get into this. But like, people post their wins. Like Angela right here, 12 grand. I want to give a shout out to her. She made $12,000 assignment fee. And then she talks about in there how she did it, how you can do this thing too. And shout out to her. But $12,000, come on. That's amazing, right? I see the location. She exited out pretty well. And so I go through on here forever, but we got another win. Let me Let me look for another check on here. All right, here's just another one. 3 hours ago from Robin. Want to give a shout out to her. She just closed on $2,623.92. Now, like, not the biggest check in the world, but that's amazing. And that's always a big win. And you can really just see people's wins and actually how they do it, right? Because I know people are going to roll their eyes, but like, guys, I wish I could post more about wholesaling. I wish I could do more YouTube channels. I wish I could do more lives. I wish I could make more videos. I wish I could. I seriously wish I could. And I'd love to interview every single person on this channel and that watches me that get deals, but that'd be 5 podcasts a day. And it's just too many people are making too much money in wholesaling. It's a great problem to have. But in the Facebook group, we can scale that out a lot more. And so the people get a post and not just me, which I think is really cool. And so that's kind of another thing. So shout out to Robin there. That's a good amount of money. And then you get some other people posting on here. I'm going by featured here. So we'll look for one more check here. Let me give a cool check from somebody. Let's see here. Come on, give me a check. Cool sticky note there. You got some cool stuff here. I also want to talk about this. So Lau actually bought this. He has the link on how to buy it in there. I think he's not selling it, but it's somewhere in there. But you can get it custom like Etsy or something of this little stamp here. And I want people to see. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was actually really smart. And so this is like a stamp you can get custom made for you with your handwriting. And it looks pretty dang good. Hey, this is John. I had a quick question about your property. Please call me. I thought it was really good. And so like you get a lot of really cool stuff on here. But yeah, I think so many people can get a lot of value from it. And I really think this group's really cool. So I want to bring kind of the YouTube people, kind of seeing why I'm in that group so much and why I try to help as many people as I possibly can. Here's a check here 3 days ago. Sarah, 11 grand. Also, I want to give a shout out. I don't think I gave her a shout out on the YouTube channel. So where is she? Hold on. We got another awesome person right here. I want to give a shout out to Annabella. I don't think I gave her proper shout out, but Annabella right here, she made $16,123. Okay. It's amazing. Okay. $16,123 on a deal. Single mom. Shout out to us. Really appreciate that. Single mom, 2 boys. She's trying to make a difference and she got it done. And I just want to give a shout out to her. I hopefully she's watching, but we see the hard work. We see the dedication. We see the sacrifice that you make. And we just want to give you your flowers and really appreciate the hard work you're doing. It does not go unattended, but she has a bigger purpose. It's bigger than herself, what she's doing. Her purpose is the kids, right? Her purpose is the family, and she's making it happen. And I want to give a shout out to her. I mean, come on, 18 grand. She paid the seller's fees for her because they're probably an issue on the closing. But woo, that's a lot of money. Helping the people out, guys. That's what we do it for, right? We don't do it for just selfishly ourselves. We do it for the people. And we want to help as many people as possible in wholesaling real estate. So let's do some one-on-one calls. Let's answer some questions, see how I can help the people out. Love to help as many people as possible out today on this beautiful Festivus day. And so I do want to give everyone a shout out to Festivus. For the rest of us, today's December 23rd. And so this is our last stream for the holidays. So I got my Festivus shirt on. We got Doom Cook and Soul Christmas album out. I had to cover that flip with Rick on there. But we got the full spirit today of helping the people out. I don't know how I can get more in spirit today for the holidays. But yeah. And we got a Dolphins game on Christmas. So it's like, what more can a man want in life? So let's answer some questions. Let's see how I can help the people out and get it going. So let's go here and answer some question. Nicole says Vistaprint does them custom too. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see what questions we got. So Mac has a question here. Is it okay to wholesale in cities with rough neighborhoods? I mean, it's probably not the best thing to do is to wholesale in an area with a rough neighborhood, but I don't think it's the end of the world. in my opinion, if it's not safe for you to get out of your car, you feel like it, it's probably not a good place to wholesale because cash buyers probably don't want to be there either. There's some areas where cash buyers get jumped, and probably not a good area. But like, I think every big metro city, like just it's not because of the area or the people there. It's just if you have a big swath, if you have millions of people in an area. So Trenton still is part of the New York City metropolitan area. Every big city is going to have like one or two high crime areas, right? That's where most of the crime is being done. And there's areas outside of there. My best area, because a lot of people just go straight to the cheapest houses. Sometimes the cheapest houses are in really high crime areas. The best place to wholesale are in cheap real estate where there's not high crime areas. So really, you got to look at where the teachers are living, the working class, manufacturing jobs. Where do those type of people living in? And they're not high crime because they're really great people. You just got to find it, right? And so there's areas in Detroit, very interesting, that like they're the same price as the high crime areas, but it's where a lot of the manufactured workers, the people in like Dearborn that work in the plants and stuff, that's where they live. And they're not high crime at all. There's really cheap real estate. And those are great for wholesaling. And so I tend to avoid the higher crime areas. I've wholesaled in there too, but yeah. Milan says, are you still cold calling today and tomorrow because of Christmas? I don't cold call on the weekends, and my team doesn't at all. We are Monday through Friday, like very, very regimented with it, just because I don't get the best success. And obviously, you got Saturday, Christmas Eve, and then Sunday, Christmas. It's like, those are terrible times to be cold calling, right? If you really want to do something dry for dollars, because why not? But like, you got to know when to effectively do your time the right way. Milton says, what's up, bro? Best VA company. Merry Christmas. Milton, I'm pretty interesting, but I don't believe in VA companies. And the reason is because I think you should have your own VAs and your own systems. A VA company is going to tell their VAs how to cold call, and it's not going to be the way that you cold call, and that's going to mess up your business. And that's where a lot of people have a lot of problems because they have a broke guru who creates a VA company because he sucks at wholesaling or she sucks at wholesaling, and they don't know what they're doing. So they use a terrible script and it does not end up well. So I'm not a fan of that at all. Let's see. So if you're having a problem logging the course, I don't personally never seen this problem. Just get another email and then just make a new account with it, or try it from an incognito tab. I want everyone to understand this. This is, we're getting the one-on-ones really quick, but like, I want everybody watching this to understand this. Okay. I'm not a guru. Okay. I don't run my wholesaling content like a guru. I make wholesaling content to help the people out. Obviously I get JV deals and make a lot of money from that too, but like, I don't want to be a guru. Okay. So I don't sell products. I don't sell courses. I don't sell information. I don't do any of this stuff. I post, and that's pretty much like, I like posting content to help people out. I rarely answer DMs because I get too many of them, and I rarely answer comments. I'll do them on live, but like, I just don't have the time. I run a lot of businesses outside of wholesaling, and wholesaling is still my main income business, but I run a lot of other things, and I do a lot of things outside of wholesaling, and I do a lot of stuff in real estate investing. And so that being said, wholesaling is the best, and it still has always made me the most money, and it still is going to, probably will for the rest, for half of my life, until passive income just outweighs it. But that's just the law of numbers because I'm 23 and I've been pouring money in passive since I was 18 years old. So what I can tell you is I'm not a guru. I don't have a team, right? Like when it comes to making lives and doing videos, recording it, it's me and Rick. Okay. Like, so I want everyone to understand, on the Facebook groups, it's me and Rick doing the Facebook group. Like, it's a lot of stuff. The comments, the titles, the descriptions, it's all me. Okay, it's all me and Rick. So I want people to understand, like, if you have a customer service issue, like, Zach, why did you delete my comment? I cannot go in and play customer support with you guys 10 hours a day and answer your calls and do, it's just me. Okay. Like, I'm trying to get the value out to the people, but like, really, I don't play customer service. So I get asked, Zach, why do you kick me out of the group? 99.99% of the time, you got kicked out of the group for the right reason. Okay. Either you try to sell a course or you bullied somebody. All right. I remember one guy, he literally DM'd 50 people to sell them on a $4,000 mentorship program. And I got, I think 20 DMs from people like, kick this guy out. He says, I found you in Zach's group. He told me that he said that you should buy my course. Literally, a guy did this, went in the groups, said, Zach vetted me. We're really great friends. And he said you should buy my course for $4,000 to 20 people. And 20 people are very smart enough to know that Zach did not do that. Okay. That is not Zach. And lo and behold, it was not me. And I kicked the guy out of the group. I blocked him. And it takes me 4 seconds to block something. Not like 2 seconds. And then the guy has the audacity to DM me every day for like 2 months straight. Why do you block me? Why you block me? Why you block me? It's because of this. It's because of this. You're being annoying. Like you're bullying me. You just hate me to hate me. And I'm like, I took screenshots to just make sure to confirm it. And I'm like, I cannot play customer service with this. Okay. So I want people to understand, I do the best with what I can, but I want people to understand this. All right. In wholesaling real estate, it's me and Rick are the only people going to be free wholesaling information. We're not corrupted. I don't have this crazy content team. I don't do any of this stupid, crazy stuff. All right. And I think a lot of wholesalers will understand this. Right. And I try to give the best wholesaling information I can possible, but like, I'm not going to answer your customer service questions. Okay. I'll answer your wholesaling questions, but I just want people to really understand that. Okay. And so that's what I do. So yeah. All right. So let's answer some comments. Let's answer some questions and let's get it going. Justin says the background's awesome. The wholesaling Grinch is stealing the guru trainees. Yeah. You know, the Grinch of wholesaling is really the guru's trying to steal information from y'all, steal money from you guys. But yeah. This is album art though, but no, yeah, I watched the Grinch yesterday. I love the Grinch. Well, when he's turns good, not the bad part, but yeah. All right, so let's go in here, guys. All y'all know is just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. So we'll make sure we're all good here. So go to Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook, and then you'll be able to hit a link to actually talk to me one-on-one absolutely for free, and we can have some conversation. So let's go here and let's talk and help the people out. So first off, we got Nicole.
Hey, Zach, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I have a deal here in Tennessee. They are ready to sign, but the code enforcement office has deemed that an engineer needs to approve the renovation. Have you ever heard of that?
Is it condemned?
It is.
That's probably why.
Okay.
So you would have to just make sure and call the whole process of it, but just make sure the cash buyers come. Usually it's fine, but is there a reason how it got condemned?
There was a bunch of squatters in it, and
Yeah,
it's
usually it
taken
happens.
12 years.
I thought the 2 people that actually had the situation this week. Kind of weird.
So I guess I need to do that then, like contact an engineer, or what would you recommend?
Actually, no, I stand corrected. I was actually talking to Brian. Brian did 3 deals with one seller, and we did a podcast. It was his first deal ever, and 2 of them were condemned. So that was Monday. And then somebody else did that. So he was breaking me down. He was in New York State, which is insane.
Right.
So with specifically with condemned properties, most likely what happens is they condemn it to get the squatter out, because it's not even safe for the squatter. And then the squatters can actually sue, which is a whole insane thing. But it's condemned most likely because it has violations in it. Maybe the electrical mold, something.
Okay.
All they really have to do is get approval to start fixing it. Usually they fix the code violation or whatever's in violation, and then someone goes out there and inspects it, and then it's non-condemned anymore. Okay. But the cash buyer has to work with the city to do it.
Okay. And that's who I actually called, and everybody at our code enforcement is new within the last year. And I guess they've all come together and decided that that's what we need to do. So I just need to inform my end buyer of that, essentially.
Yeah. And Nicole, remember, you get paid in proportion to the problem you solve.
Right.
So guess what? You're going to go back to the seller. You're going to get an extra discount because you have to go through all this hoopla and red tape because it's condemned. And guess who you're going to give some of that discount to?
The buyer.
The buyer, and you're going to keep a little bit, Right. You're going to get a $10,000 reduction. You're going to give $7,000 to the buyer and then $3,000 for you. And it's going to make everybody a happy camper, right?
Right. So I did do that, and it did work. I did get it.
It works.
On it at like 25 a square foot because of that. So good deal. Okay.
And the buyers are upset because they just made $7,000 more.
Right.
It's only going to cost them $2,000. Then you made an extra $3,000. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
love doing that. I actually do it. I do it a lot when sometimes there's a closing cost or like something stupid crazy happens on the house.
Right.
It works really well.
Okay. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. If you got any other questions, let me know.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Next we got Ravon.
What's up, Zach? You hear me?
I'm good to go. What's up? How are you?
Good, good. How about you?
Dude, every day above ground's an amazing day, man.
That's great. So I have a situation. So I found this seller, right? The thing is, this is in Detroit, by the way. I found on Zillow for homeowners, like you do, Zillow for homeowner. The
Fizbos.
thing, yeah, Fizbos, yeah, exactly. So I found this seller. The problem is, like, he got this house from an auction from the bank, and he says that he needs like a $2,000 EMD and a contract to show the bank that it's legit and all. And I don't have a $2,000 EMD, so it's kind of like I'm not sure if I should go with this deal or not.
Why is
Like,
he behind on payments or something? Like what's the
no,
situation?
he got it from the auction from the Detroit Loan Bank, and his deal was to try to renovate it for like 1 year. And if he can't do it, then they had to sell the house to somebody else. And that's the first time I'm hearing about this. I never knew that this was a thing. So was calling him up, and he was saying that yeah, they told him that he had to do 10 tasks and he did 5 of them. So whoever the buyer would be eventually, they had to complete those 5 tasks and then they could sell the house or do whatever they want with it.
So he's a buyer and he's trying to sell it because he can't finish the renovations.
Yeah, yeah. But it's owned by the bank, the Detroit Loan Bank. He got it from an auction. So
That's a terrible deal.
it's a terrible deal.
Terrible deal, dude.
He wants like a $2,000 EMD, and I don't have the $2,000 right now. So
He doesn't own the stinking house.
yeah.
No, like I don't do bank owned properties in wholesaling because of this stupid stuff. There's too much bureaucracy on this one, man. Is his name on the deed or the bank's name?
I think I'm not sure about that. I think it's the
Look
bank.
it up. If the bank owns it on the deed, I would not deal with this. Too much hassle. It's not worth
And
it.
once I don't have the $2,000 EMD.
Huh? Say that again.
I said because he wants like a $2,000 EMD, and I don't have that. And I said I could do.
I also want to be 7 feet tall.
Huh? Sorry.
I also want to be 7 feet tall. We all want things,
Okay, because I'm just gonna talk to him today and just say
Well,
like, hey,
this is an easy one. Get a $30,000 price reduction, and I'll give you $2,000 EMD.
Yeah, I tried doing that. He said no. The closest I could do is 10,000 below the price on Zillow.
Well, I can't do that then. If you won't give me a 30,000 reduction, then I'm going to give you the EMD that I have.
Okay.
Because there's too much risk of buying it too high.
Okay.
And I got to talk to my buyers, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I my partner. Now, if you really want, you can do an EMD that gets put in after the inspection period.
Okay.
Which you need the buyer's inspection period if you really want to, if you think it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the best case scenario for you, though.
The EMD after, okay. After the inspection period.
After it's over.
Because
we got to figure out, because if we don't do the deal right, Mr. Seller, then I lose out on basically all my renovations and everything. Kind of like you.
Okay. And then
not you, but like the seller.
Yeah. Okay. And then another question is, so on PropStream, right? Remember I told you I don't know if you remember this, but I'm doing on Detroit, especially for vacant houses and all from PropStream. And I remember I told you that majority of them are realtors. So I finally, got the time to to talk to them, and majority of them, right? I tell them I'm a wholesaler. I tell them about using my own title company, using my own cash buyers. They're okay with it. But then when I ask about, can I talk to the sellers or the homeowners? They say you can't. So like, if I'm going to work with a realtor, then I cannot talk to the seller at all. I have to talk to them. So is that normal, or?
For what? You said vacant properties?
Oh yeah, vacant houses. Vacant houses.
Realtors don't own them though, right?
You don't own them, but they're representing it, right? Because the homeowners have them as a realtor. So they won't let me talk to the homeowner. So
What are they on market?
That's off market. I did whatever you did on PropStream, like the list, whatever
Bro, I've never had that issue once. If I pull a vacant list, I'm talking to the homeowners, not the realtors.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I search up the home address on the Google, it shows a realtor and their number, so I cold call that number instead of searching it at
Oh,
all.
you're not skip tracing.
I do that, but like sometimes they don't pick up, and I'm not sure if they're calling the right number.
Your skip tracing is the problem, not you.
Okay, so should I skip trace, not call the realtor's number then?
Skip trace the homeowner.
Homeowner.
And so when you
Okay.
pull it on PropStream, there should be a mailing address. TruePeopleSearch.com reverse address, the mailing address.
Okay. So should I not talk to the realtor at all then?
No, because maybe this homeowner wants to go with another realtor. They don't control the deal. They have no control over it. They don't have a listing agreement. I could care less about a realtor. They have no power.
Even though it says on Zillow that it's owned by a realtor, or not owned, but it's represented by a realtor.
That was when it got sold.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Homie's got no stones in the Infinity Gauntlet. He's got nothing, dude. You're fine. Literally
Okay.
zero power. I could care less.
Okay, then I'll just okay. And do you think like vacant house is a good list to pull on PropStream for Detroit? Or
If you
should I pull
skip
on-
trace it the correct way, yes.
Yeah, if I skip trace the correct way, yeah. Do you think it's a good way? A good
Yeah.
list to pull?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
I like tired landlords too. They work really good over there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try both. I'm gonna try skip tracing on Monday because I'm not gonna call.
You're gonna get me in a
Especially
lot
on
of
the
trouble, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
Every Detroit wholesaler is gonna text me super mad. I just told you that. So good thing only you heard that, no one else. So that's great.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then so when I search on PropStream, you know how it shows comparables?
Yeah.
It shows like suppose a house on Zillow like 70K and the comparable is like 50K. And remember you told me last time that comparable number is ARV. So do I add that number to the 70,000 or to that number or what? Like I don't know how the comparables work kind of.
Well, let's break this down really quick. All right. Give me the info.
So let's
So-
say the house is like $70,000, right? It's on Zillow.
Who
But I go
listed
comparable
on market or FSBO?
FSBO.
Okay.
And then let's say when I switch it up the address on PropStream and go to comparables, it says the average comparable is around $50,000. So what you said the $50,000 is the ARV.
Yeah, it's the ARV.
So do I add that with the $70,000?
No. I can list my house for $5 billion. It doesn't make it the ARV. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's that number minus repairs times 80% or 76%, whatever.
Yeah, it depends where in Detroit. I do
Like,
70 if your ARVs are that low.
sorry, you say that again? Sorry.
I'd probably use 70% if you're in Detroit because your ARVs are going to be below 120, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you
That's what I
so
was
much, Zach. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bro. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Why isn't everybody saying Happy Festivus? This is ridiculous. This is just a slap in the face to Festivus, but whatever. Whatever. All right, April says deep breathing. Awesome. Yeah, who's talking about APIs in here? No, I've tried. Trivial search on the APIs are a mess. Trust me, I've tried. So Milan says you were saying you don't do cold calling on the weekends. Is that just because you don't work weekends, or are weekends not a good time to cold call? Pretty much both. Weekends are honestly not a good time to be cold calling just in general. And obviously you have better chances of marketing, like trying for dollars and reverse trying for dollars on the weekends than cold calling. Because everyone's out and about. People are they're in better moods, but they're in less moods to get something done. 2 to 7 p.m. is still the best cold calling time, hands down, because most likely you're working, so you're at home in a state where you can actually get some deals done. Weekends, no. You can still work on the weekends. I work on the weekends all the time still, but I don't consider what I do work, so it doesn't feel like work to me. So shout out to Pimitel GM. I'm doing it for my son. I love it. Like, guys, y'all have the motivations. You all have a reason why you're doing it. I'm telling you, that is why y'all got to do it. Justin, I would put, that's a hard one. I love The Office too. The Office is the modern day Seinfeld, in my opinion. But honestly, though, I'm trying to think of this. I love them both. Both was 9 seasons, right? Both. Office ended on a better note. That's a toughie, you know. I know both of them. I have to get back to you on this one. The Christmas Seinfeld had one really good one, but the Christmases in The Office were lit too. Moroccan Christmas would be nice. But best Christmas episode in The Office was when Angela did the Moroccan Christmas with Andy. That was funny. But yeah, I like The Office too, but I don't know. I guess I'm an old soul. What can you say? I think I still give Seinfeld over Office. That's just me. But I think it's too meta of The Office, you know? I still love it. I watched The Office 5 times back and forth. 5 times. So every 2 or 3 years, I'll rewatch the entire Office. Seinfeld's like, I think 10 for me though. So Get Busy Global says, how can I close my first deal in 2 weeks? Dude, this is easy. What are the first 2 words in your name? Get busy. You want to get your first deal in 2 weeks? Get busy. Bro, you already know this. The name is Get Busy. Get busy. If you want to get your first deal in 2 weeks, get off your butt and start drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, pull the probates, pull the code violations, pull the water shutoffs, pull the fire damage properties, pull the arrest records, go to the property appraiser, get the tax delinquencies, go out here, get the tax liens, skip trace at truepeoplesearch.com or use propstreamlistar.com, SACdata.com, batch whatever you want to do. Start texting, calling, everything and anything possible to get the word out there to homeowners that you're looking to purchase the property for cash. You get the word out there, and the more times you get the word out there, the better you're going to get, okay? The more eyes you can have from sellers to actually see what you do, that's how you do it. You have to get busy, okay? That's how you do it. I could tell everybody watching this right now. Honestly, straight up, if you want to get your first deal in under 2 weeks, you have to put in the work. There is no way out of it. You have to get busy, quote unquote. All right. Working? Yeah. You have to get busy. Get your butt to work and it will do very well for you. Call as many sellers as you can. And when you think you hit the limit, keep going. I promise everybody watching this, the busier you get in wholesaling, the better your chances of success are in wholesaling. So get your butt out there and get it going. Yeah, and I tell everyone, and I've been saying it forever, but you get nowhere by just sitting in your butt all day doing nothing. You literally get nowhere by doing that. You don't. Making excuses will bring you nowhere in life. But, you know, that's just me. You know, get busy, get to work, take action, and that's going to lead you to wholesaling real estate success. JSN says, are you going to teach any other forms of real estate in the future on this channel? I mean, I can. So at Flip with Rick is really where we teach most of it. My personal channel is more wholesaling and entrepreneurship in general. I'm making some crazy cool videos for it. But what I could tell everybody watching this is real estate in general. So real estate investing is always stuff we teach. So we do videos on subject twos. We do videos on lease options, seller financing, creative finance. We have that. Rentals. I made a lot of videos starting out when I first started, but rentals, I could probably make more videos on there. You just got to let me know what videos you guys want and I can make them. But every aspect of real estate investing I've done and I have done, and I'm not going to call myself the expert on everything, but like I've been there, done that. Okay. And I could probably teach you all a thing or two about it. But the hardest part for most people is here's the problem. 99% of people out here are not at 100K a month. So why don't I try to help as many people as possible in this video make 100K a month? All right. That is the point. All right. And I think so many wholesalers right now, they want to focus on this thing or this thing or this crazy new strategy. Guys, make 100K a year and then go from 100K a year consistently. So 10K a month, one deal a month, to start going out here and doing 100K a month. And then from there, you can get the crazy other businesses and start going insane, right? But for most people out here, they're not at that level yet. So we got to get them to that level. All right. American, Marco. So if American Water is a private company, you're not going to get that list. If it's public, then sure, but it doesn't seem like it seems like a private corporation. Jojo says, how do you deal with guys? How do you guys deal with sellers cussing at you or yelling at you? I mean, same thing I do when someone says something mean to me on the online comments. Guys, I got a lot of followers. Man, I got a lot of people saying mean things to me, but I have an overwhelmingly way more amount of people saying nice things about me. But what I can tell you is, how do I deal with someone being mean to me, cursing at me, saying something rude? It's a really easy one for me, honestly. I always answer one thing. You are not my mom, and so I don't care what you have to say. I legit only care what my mom has to say or think about me, okay? Because my mom knows me best. And if she thinks I'm cool, that's all. So whenever somebody curses at me, says something mean, tries to bring my day down, I always say, my mom thinks I'm cool. And honestly, that is the one sentence, Jojo, you have to understand. If your mom thinks you're cool, why else would you care about anybody else? Your mom has known you probably more than any other human being on this planet, if they're still alive, which hopefully they are. If she knows you, every aspect of you, who you are during your good and bad days, and she thinks you're cool and a good person, which most moms do, who cares about somebody who just met you 3 seconds ago that says you're this thing, that thing, or that thing, right? I have people on a daily basis send me really mean DMs. And I never comment them back. Sometimes I'll comment back and I'll just say, my mom thinks I'm cool. And what does that make you? And so the truth is, if my mom thinks I'm a baller, she thinks I'm a cool person, if she thinks I'm a gangsta, then why else am I going to care what anybody has to say to me? And Jojo, you got to understand this. I grew up in Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 Xbox Live chat parties. I've been called every name on the book. Every conceivable word has been said to me and about me that I've heard on Xbox Live chat. And I think most people on here that have played Modern Warfare 2 back in the heyday in middle and elementary school knows what I'm talking about on those Xbox Live chats. There is nothing you can say to me that I have not heard before. I've heard every inconceivable way to say a curse or a bad word about me to me because I didn't get enough points in Modern Warfare 2. Okay? So I want everybody to understand this. If you have been through that, I don't think there's anything anybody can say to you that could phase you compared to that. All right? And so if my mama thinks I'm a cool, if she thinks I'm a gangster, which recently as today I've checked, she thinks I'm pretty dang cool. Okay? Why would I care what anybody has to say about me? Why? I literally, and I say this in the nicest, sweetest, most caring way possible. Y'all send me love, awesome comments. You're the man, Zach. I love that. But the thing is, that's great. I enjoy it. I don't mind people saying nice things about me, but it's nice. But when someone says something mean to me, it's like, well, you don't know me, right? And honestly, my mom knows me best and she thinks I'm cool. And that's the way y'all got to look at your life. And honestly, a lot of people get really upset when someone curses at them, says something mean, cuts them off on the side of the road. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I hopefully everyone understands what truly matters in life. And that's being alive, having a family that loves you, and really doing what your true purpose is in life. And when someone says something mean to you, it's like, this honestly is not worth my time. And time is so precious to be on earth and to be alive that should I really spend this time caring about what somebody saying to me that's mean. It's like, no, it's not worth it. Okay. Now, I will tell you one thing though. Okay. And I'll say this once. When when somebody says something really mean to you, you have to make a decision if you want to hit revenge on them or not. And I used to do this starting out, and I've figured out, and I will let everybody know that the revenge is not worth it. Making somebody feel bad, it doesn't give you any pleasure. I'll give you one example, and then we'll go on the next question. I had one person on Facebook. This was about 2 years ago. I was just hitting 100 grand a month, and I let the ego get the best of me. I've suppressed my ego a lot since back then. I had one guy talking mad smack about how I'm broke and I don't know anything. I casually looked the guy up on the internet. He's a realtor. And he keeps talking about how he is the best realtor ever and he makes all this money. The one thing about realtors that I love arguing is all their transactions are public. And I literally comment back like, bro, here's a check for $80,000 this month I made. And here's a screenshot of you making $60,000 in commission the past 2 years. Who's the real broke person? And that guy got so, this was a big Facebook group back then. I publicly embarrassed him so bad because I exposed, he only made $60,000 that year and I made $80,000 that month. Okay. He's like, well, I'm having all these issues and I'm having all these medical expenses and I got to take care of my mom and all these things. And that's why I'm only doing it. I'm like, then why you say that you're rich and I'm broke? And I embarrassed the guy really bad. And I felt terrible for it. You know, I deleted all my comments. I felt bad. And this first time I'm kind of saying it on this live, but I got no pleasure from doing that. And I think that was the last time I ever tried to get my ego in front of somebody to show that I made more money than them to show people what's up. And you will never get ahead in life by bringing somebody down. And that was a big lesson I had to learn 2 years ago, that bringing somebody down just doesn't get you any pleasure. Yeah, you whoop the person's butt. You know, you won the argument, but like, really, was it worth it? And I've had things this year, last year, where I've had people challenge me. And in my opinion, I embarrassed them pretty bad. And does it make you feel any better? No, not really at all. Right. Like, what's the point? I have people that, come up to me and, they're mean, not for wholesaling, but like people say mean things like in a car or whatever. And it's like you saying something to make them feel bad is never going to bring you any pleasure in life. Right. But yeah, it's hard when someone tries to roast me and I see someone and I'm like, oh, I can get you so good, but I don't. And so I made it my mission, second half of 2022 to stop destroying people. And I say that in the nicest way possible and specific people. Because I've really, really, really destroyed some gurus during my time. And I'm not individually going after gurus anymore. I don't think I ever have, really. I don't know one guru I've actually individually gone after. But I think it's just the industry in general I go after. It's the wholesaling real estate paid information industry I go after. But I've had a lot of people tell me I'm broke and I'm doing it, and I know what I'm doing. I'm rich, and I can look their income up online, and it honestly doesn't feel good doing it anymore. And I humble a lot of people, but is it really worth it? Not really. I just make my own money. Don't care. Don't get in the whole thing. So I think a lot of wholesalers get it. So that's why I've kind of this year just kind of posted my stuff and kind of left it alone. Let the people, I'll post it. People think it's cool. People thought, just stop caring about it. I think a lot of wholesalers out here, I've learned this year, really kill my ego a lot and really live an abundance life. And that's what I've been pushing hard on my life for. And I think it's helped a lot of people out, but yeah, but hopefully everyone's doing the best they possibly can. Let's see some other comments we got here. Let's see here. All right, let's see what we got. All right. So someone has to get real. Yeah, guys, don't get realtors to bring you deals. I've never had. I just don't think it's the best way to get wholesaling deals, in my opinion. I think the best way to get wholesaling real estate deals is off market, and then you can just not dispose, but do dispositions on the deal from there. That's probably gonna be your best one. Tony.
Oh,
Yo.
Hello,
Tell me.
hello.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just one question. Should I cold call today, or like, I
Yeah,
mean,
cold call.
yeah.
Sure. Stop
Even
at
though
7.
stop by 7, even though it's almost Christmas. What do you think about tomorrow?
Is it Christmas?
No,
It
almost.
is
I mean,
Festivus. Not
what
a lot of
about
people
tomorrow?
celebrate it. Tomorrow's the
That's
weekend. I would not cold call.
what's today?
Bro, I have a
Oh,
very
today
general
is
rule, man.
Friday. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Tony, I got a very general rule. Do you know what my
Monday
cold
through
calling rules are?
Friday, 2 to
Monday through
7.
Friday, 2 to 7 p.m. So
Yeah, I've
you're
been
asking
doing
me, should I
that.
do Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 p.m.? Obviously.
No. Okay. All right. For
Now,
sure.
days you should probably avoid Easter, but that's a Sunday. So rule's good. July 4th, I'd probably cut that out. I'd cut out Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
and then Christmas. That's pretty much it. Like, and maybe Christmas Eve. But like, there's really not a lot of days in a year you can really cut off.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna get to it right now.
Get to it. Got till 7.
man.
I'll probably stop at 7 though.
No, yeah. All right, man. Thank you, man. Happy holidays,
All
man.
right, you too, man.
Take care.
Boom. Yeah. I think people get really confused on that. I just like it's like 2 to 7, and it's the 23rd. I don't think people really care too much. I think it's fine. If people got a deal, they can do it. Let's see here. Noah says, "Hey Zach, I pulled the code violation list in Orange County, Florida. There are categories for zoning, housing, lot cleaning, on-site, and junk car violations. Which should I be targeting? I would be targeting housing, tall grass. Housing's probably gonna be where the tall grass and structural damage are. So that's probably what I'd be doing. Looking sharp, Noah. Man, I gotta get a tux. That'd be kind of cool to do a live with a tuxedo on. Let's see. 1v1 me. Dude, honestly, I've not played Modern Warfare 2 in a while. I should probably get a remaster on my PC. I just had I think someone gifted me for Christmas, so I gotta wait, but try it out. I think it's ridiculous. Like I make a lot of money, but it's like I'm like $70 for Modern Warfare 2, and they don't have a Steam sale for like half off. Like I remember just buying everything on the holiday sales. And I'm like, usually how the game works is Call of Duty would come out, right? And then the Steam sale would come out December, and it's always half off. This year, they didn't do it half off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. What? On principle, I refuse that. No, kids today's weren't surviving those lobbies. It's a rough one. They got some tough kids, but yeah. Let's see. Jason says, Zach, just curious, what list were you calling when you were calling from your dorm? It was pretty much just a high equity list. It was a huge list. And I know when you're making 100K a year, spending 3, 4, 5 grand to me was a lot of money. Still for a dialer for myself, I was using Mojo, and then a high equity list. Pretty much it. And I think back then it was a list source list from list source. So I think it was 2 or 3 cents for it. And I believe it was a 5,000 list. So I think I paid, what was it? $1,000 for it, right? Yeah. So I paid $1,000 to skip trace 5,000. And then, because no. It was 2 cents a record. No, it was 3. No, that was to pull it. My bad. I spent, I think, 15 cents in total for the entire thing. $750 plus the dial, yeah, about $1,000 a month. No, $750 with the skip tracing, and I think for the extra ones every month, I think it was I was dropping at least $1,000 on it, and that was a lot of money for me back then, but it worked out really well. Oh no, I already play Warzone. 1v1 me on Warzone. I'm honestly not the best at Warzone. I wish I could tell you. I hate to say I don't play Fortnite, but I'm still. I'll drop. I'll tell you this. I would probably drop 7 people in Warzone if I play right now, which seems like a lot, but it's not a lot. Fortnite, for some reason, I'm just really good at. I played it a lot for like a year, and I just stopped. But like on PC, I'm pretty good at Fortnite. I don't know. I hate that I am because I don't like it too much, but I always drop. I'll probably get the same amount, but I'd always be top 5. I can't do that on Warzone. I don't know why. I don't know. I just think the maps are so much bigger, but I can't build around it when I get attacked. But yeah. Step-by-step code violation list is at freewholesaling.com. If you're paying $1,000 for a 20,000, what is that going to be? 2 cents? Is that 20 cents? 5 seconds a record. It depends on where you're getting it. Is it credit bureau data? I don't think at 5 cents you're going to get credit bureau data, but just make sure. Could be wrong. Let's see. Cameron says, is it necessary to meet with a real estate attorney in Georgia to revise your example contract? I can't seem to figure out where to get a consultation with an attorney. So I would go to Facebook groups and find one that's really good on it. I like playing on controller, but I forced myself this year to be keyboard and mouse, and it's way better. The only game I play on controller is GTA on my PC. I still will only play GTA with a controller. I can't do keyboard and mouse on it. I don't know why. It's the only game I can't get over it. Outside of that, it's all keyboard and mouse. Let's see here. So J-Mobile, I've said this a little bit, but I'll say it again. Best way to find cash buyers right now is going to be through the auctions, Facebook groups, cash sales, or with realtors. And yesterday, if you hop on my live, I actually cold call realtors for 2 hours and found a good amount of them for cash buyers. I think I found 5 really decent cash buyer ones, and I did markets everywhere. So yeah. And that honestly can be an entire week for somebody, right? Justin's asking like, dude, I got an Xbox too. I had to get a PC just so I can edit videos for Flip with Work, basically. And it's an insane PC. And I had to get the PC so I can stream. And so ever since I got that, I started just gaming on it too, because it's such a I got the most legit PC for gaming to start streaming these live streams. And as you can see, it takes a lot of power to live stream like this. And that's why the gurus can't even handle what it can. But yeah, it's so funny. Russ says, should I pay for PPC or social media marketing? I would not. I see a lot of people saying it's the newest, greatest thing. I've tried it all. The ROI for the average person is not there. Compared to cold calling, SMS, text blasting, and all the other services out there, it definitely isn't. Yep, I've done Zillow for sale by owners, and I've wholesale deals in New York. Yes, you got through attorneys. It's a mess, but if you're in upstate New York, I think it's worth it. La Dre says, how do I hop on a call? I have a deal in La Crosse, Wisconsin. I'm on the dispo roll. There are 61 active buyers in La Crosse. I've been texting the buyers instead of calling to give them a break for the holidays. Would you rather? Yeah, call them. You're trying to find excuses why you shouldn't call them. Call them. Okay. I got one person that was upset yesterday that I called them a realtor and the buyer. The rest were still okay with me talking to them for cash buyers. So yeah, I would still call them. Let's see here. Literally just watched one of your videos on IG Explorer. Seems very interesting. Well, welcome. My name is Zach, and I teach wholesaling real estate. So this is weird for a lot of people on YouTube to think, but statistically, most people who are actually hopping on to freewholesaling.com and most people joining the Facebook groups, and really the most people that are hopping on these live streams are coming from recently from Instagram. I have a lot of people for some reason that have been following me on Instagram. The Instagram reels are doing very well because we get the best content possible on them. But I'm getting, 40, 50, even hundreds of thousands. And a couple reels I've had millions of views of just kids seeing me show you guys $40,000-$50,000 deals, and they're like, "How do I do this?" So we're getting a lot of young people out here seeing me through Instagram for some reason. Who knew? And so I had the most followers on Instagram, 195,000 of this video, approaching 200,000. That's insane. So that being said, we got a lot of people watching from Instagram that are new. And so that's another reason why I made this video, because I want to all those people who are going to hop on, watch me today, kind of see how they get started, right? And a lot of them don't even know what wholesaling is. And so a lot from TikTok too. I had close to 200,000 followers on TikTok before TikTok banned me because I am such a menace to society, as y'all know. But my opinion, I think the gurus kept reporting me for illegal activity. They kept doing it. That's my opinion. But mostly what, in my opinion, what happened was a lot of realtors, they see my content on, they see my content on TikTok and they reported it for illegal because realtors think wholesaling is illegal. And then TikTok banned me, banned both accounts, which is crazy. So I still have, Instagram doesn't care because they know wholesaling's legit. But the thing is, because TikTok is a Chinese company, they're very weird about real estate in China. Since Instagram is an American company, they care if I talk about something that is legal in America, they're okay with it. If something's illegal in America but illegal everywhere else, TikTok doesn't like that. TikTok really just wants it to be entertaining. Instagram's liking the educational stuff and real estate, so that's where it works out. Just kind of funny. Jack says, Zach, what is your dream car? A Ford truck. That is my dream car, and that is the car I got because I'm living the dream, baby. I don't really have a dream car. I'll tell you, as a kid, I always thought Lamborghinis were really cool and Ferraris because they're just, watching the Mercy music videos and the Lambos when I was like 11 or 12 from all the rappers. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, that was every 12-year-old, right? 12, 13. And then when I got older and I actually had money to buy one, and I just looked at potentially buying one, and I was like, all right, for a 21, 22-year-old kid to buy a Lambo, it would cost this much per month in insurance. And second, the maintenance. I can't drive this thing more than 50 miles. I'm like, this sucks. I absolutely hate this. This is terrible. Why would I ever want to do this car? This is the worst thing in the world. And so those cars did not become, they destroyed the dream car for me. And honestly, the trucks are the best thing. And because I like fishing and boating, I sort of need a truck. So I think it's the best one. And yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Are you also no, I'm not New York. I'm in Florida, which is like a mini New York. All the New Yorkers around here, but I don't think you're going to get any legal trouble wholesaling real estate there. If you use an attorney, you do everything the right way, you should be fine. Let's see here. Florentino says, how do I figure out which market to start virtual wholesaling? Honestly, if you're trying to figure out which market you should start virtually wholesaling, I would probably look at markets that have a population of at least, I would say county population at least 200,000 and the ARV below 250, 300. That's probably going to be your best bet. So Florentino has the same question here. Hey, Zach, does the title and closing while being virtual, right? How does title and closing? It works the same way. You get the check mailed to you, so it doesn't really matter too much. Sometimes just get it wired to you. I like getting it wired to me. So not really the biggest deal in the world there. I just don't think it's a lot of people make it a bigger deal than it should be. But no, you're not buying it. Maybe if you're double closing, maybe get it signed with a notary or you get it mail away closing, but it's not going to affect you too much on it. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. Yeah, TikTok likes banning a lot of people. I don't know why, but for some reason they do. Drives me crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, I think a lot of people are worrying right now in wholesaling real estate about getting everything perfect and doing everything the right way. I'll tell everybody that imperfect action is going to be the best one. So I got some people saying, so someone's going to explain what skip tracing is. Now, skip tracing is basically the method of finding somebody's phone number. Now, there's a lot of ways to do it, right? You got TripleSearch.com. You can pay for skip tracing, get free skip tracing. There's a lot of different ways to start skip tracing and wholesaling real estate. But in my personal opinion, I think skip tracing, the method of finding somebody's phone number, honestly, the best way for that is just probably TripleSearch.com if you got no money. That's hands down going to be the best one. I think a lot of wholesalers think that they have to go out here and do this crazy skip tracing platform that's going to change everything, and it's their grandma's old one. Guys, I personally say stick to the skip tracing that you have done before, that I've talked about. If not, I probably wouldn't be dealing with that. Camille,
What's up?
what's up? Did you use any of the buyers I gave you?
I told you yesterday I contacted the neighbor, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
neighbor has a real estate agent that he works with. She already contacted me, and we're gonna view it next week after the holidays.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you because I'm right now I'm using cold callers. And like I mentioned, I have two cold callers, so I provide them with 20,000 skip traces per month. I'm getting about 5 to 6 leads per day just from two cold callers. What are your KPIs, and are you using cold callers? Like how many actual cold calls get you a contract right now? Or are
So
you just strictly cold calling yourself?
I haven't cold called myself in probably 3. No, honestly, I've cold called myself last month, but that was for the YouTube channel. For
Hmm.
my own business, I probably haven't cold called in 2.5, 3 years. It's been a
Okay.
while.
Do you
Okay.
use cold callers?
Yeah. Probably around
Okay.
3 right now. Like, we don't go stupid on it just because I like cold calling, but most of our deals are going to go from direct mail. But just to scoop in the deals that we can't get through direct mail or SMS, we'll have cold callers. But really, answering this question gets hard because, like, how many cold
Hmm.
calls till I get a deal? And it's always different. I've always found out 500 for drawing for dollars is going to get me a deal in my own market. Probably rougher to 2 to 3,000 on a government list. But I hate to say I like mashing them all up and then just throwing them out there. Every code violation, arrest record, like any type, just throw it in there. And then I get in trouble for saying it, probably 4 to 5,000 if I'm going to skip trace the list and use a dialer of a high equity tired landlord and just kind of what like a swath list, liens, any type of motivation. Really, if you have at least 60% equity and you're below the median home price, we're going to call you. And so
Okay.
every month we renew the list, which it doesn't cost us that much money because anything that's added on, we put on, but anything that's taken off, it's not really on there too much. So that's probably it's 500 to 5,000. It depends on the list. The more motivated and harder it is to get a list, the more deals we'll get per list.
So let me ask you this, because right now the lists that I'm being told, even by my cold callers, to utilize is absentee owners, of course, 45% or more equity, 3 properties or less, and that's the list that I'm running off of. But I've been doing this for about 8 weeks now, and I've got one contract in the last 8 weeks. So I don't feel like that list is.
Why are cold callers telling you what list to pull?
Well, I just ask them, what kind of results are they seeing within their agency, and they're telling me that those are the best results that they're seeing.
So you're using a VA company?
Yeah, I'm using a VA company.
How's that working for you?
I just used them for 8 weeks, so I'm not sure, but I know somebody else that's using them, and they're having a really good success.
Okay, cool. So if you're going to use them, first of all, they're not going to use your script. So you just got to make sure you figure out what process they're using.
Hmm.
But what market are you in again?
I am in Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Those are the ones I'm cold calling. But all they're really doing is just asking their motivation, timeline, price, and then they're sending everything to me, and I'm actually closing them.
Okay. That's probably the best way to do it.
Hmm.
Honestly, in my opinion here, I'm just trying to think of the way you should be doing it. I would just put government lists in there, plug and play them.
Okay.
Liens, tax delinquencies, code violations, probates. That's probably gonna be the best one.
Okay.
And then
Sounds good.
I would bump up equity to 60%.
Okay.
Because obviously a VA is going to say, hey, spend more money and we'll give you better results. And that's kind of what they want you to do. And probably not the best for you, right? But they're doing
Right.
what's best for them. And so I'm trying to give you what's best for you.
Yeah, because I did the Facebook and PPC leads. I've spent $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it is a relationship game. I come to find out I'm actually getting leads now that I used Facebook April, May, June, July, calling me now with cheaper prices.
Yeah,
I guess it's better when you build the rapport in the long term, but it's not quick results.
it's not. And I honestly, for 12 grand on direct mail, will almost guarantee me 2 to 3 deals. Or it would guarantee me about 50K in profit. I've done the Facebook ads. It doesn't do that for me.
Right.
And the amount per deal is so much lower.
Of course.
And so I hate it. And the reason why I love postcards so much is because when someone gets like an ROS postcard we have, they keep that postcard on the fridge. It sticks for months. PPC doesn't do that. SEO doesn't do that. Text and SMS don't really do that. Postcard does.
Unless you follow up.
Yeah, unless you follow up. But once you get a call in there, then it's harvested on there. But honestly, man, I've always seen it. Absentee owner is decent, but really, I'd be going after the other ones on here. And I think you bump the equity up, you should get more motivation than just absentee owner.
Okay.
Tired
And
landlord would
codes
be a
and
lot
probate.
better. Yeah, probate,
Okay.
hands down.
And actually, that deal that I spoke to you about yesterday was a postcard deal.
Oh wow,
From May.
jeez,
So they do keep it on the fridge.
they do, man.
Yep. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so
You know
much.
why? When I used to go on deals, I still sometimes go on appointments to train people. Every time we go on the deal, the postcard's on the fridge. Every time. And
Yep.
sometimes there's 4 or 5 postcards. But why do you think they went on our deal? Because we kept calling them.
Yep.
That's how you do it, man.
Zach, I appreciate you. I appreciate your father, man, what you guys are doing in this industry. Y'all are shaking. Y'all are shaking the gurus, man. Trust me. I know gurus. I paid for masterminds, and they talk about you guys. I know it. So
Oh, dude, I know it all day. Dude, dude, it's so funny. I
I know.
can't mention it half the time, but dude, it's hilarious. One thing I can tell you though is before we get off the call, do you know your contact rate?
My contact rate.
Yes. I'd ask your VAs if they can figure that out.
I have it. I have the spreadsheet.
Right.
I believe it's 28%.
That's really good. Because you said
Is it?
on one of the comments you spent $1,000 for 20,000 addresses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh, I know that's not credit bureau data, but if you're getting a 28% contact rate, keep that skip tracing.
Because my skip tracer is awesome, and he's getting me 80% accuracy on the phone numbers, which is why I constantly use him.
Yeah.
And I know they're dialing between 5 to 7,000 numbers, but the contact rate is, like I said, 20%. Or
Yeah, I'd keep that.
they
That's
send
really
me the
good.
statistics every day.
That's good because
Mhm.
our team's under 20, but it's cranking out in a lot of people. So I'd probably say you're doing well. That's good. Keep it up.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanks again.
Keep it up, bro. Telling you, Camille's got it right. These gurus can't keep my name out of their dang mouths. Their broke mouths can't keep me out of their dang name. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Camille could say it. He has proof. They all have proof. They all talk about me. Like, dude, I know I'm handsome, but like, y'all got to stop talking to me. I've always said this, and I've said this. I will one day expose 2 DMs I've gotten this year from Guru's wives' DMs. And I really want to just share it, but I know for a fact I'll get sued the instant I share it with you guys. These Guru's wives, I have 2 instances this year where the Guru's wives have DM'd me. And it's more fun when I tell you I can't say what they said, but it's always fun to say that, right? Half of it's mean, half of it's nice, but these Guru's wives can't get out of my DMs. These Gurus can't get my name out of their DMs. Bro, these Gurus, I know when they sleep at night, I'm running through their head. I do more exercise running through a Guru's head than I do actually working out because I run through their mind all day. You know, they ain't having fun at night because they know I'm running through their head. I own their mind. They can't think of anything else except how do I stop Zach? How can I stop Zach from giving free information and helping people out? They can't stop it. They send at Christmas. They're going to be behind the Christmas fire watching the Grinch tonight thinking, oh my God, Zach is destroying me. I'm broke. How am I going to get another discovery call tomorrow? That's what they're thinking of. How can I make another 18-year-old kid drop $5,000 on a credit card, put him into debt so they can learn from me when Zach gives out for free? How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Camille spent $30,000 on Mastermind. They talk about me all the time. Okay? Be careful who you spend your money. If these gurus, you spend $30,000, there's from the $30,000 to the brokies, the broke gurus, they all talk about us. They want to be us. They want to learn our stuff for free, but we give it out. And why? Why is the one thing? There's only one thing why the gurus, they can't stand me. There's only one reason why. There's only one reason why I own the space in their head, why their wives DM me, why this all happens. Because I get results. You go to freewholesaling.com, you see this, guys. There's nobody else that gets the results that I do. I show you guys in mass how to get your first deal, how to get your second deal, how to make your 100,000th deal, how to get it. Guys, we just helped Benji this week. All right. Benji got his first wholesaling deal. $50,000. Cost $0 for him to do it. Cost $0 to learn it. Cost nothing to pull the list. I talked to him 4 times one-on-one, and he got his first deal, $50,000. $50,000 Benji, first deal only from me, freewholesaling.com. Why do I own these gurus? Because I get people the results that the gurus can't even do. This is why we're winning. This is why we own them. And this is why I'm not going to stink and stop. I'm telling you guys, these gurus, they can't stand it. I live in their head rent free and I run around it all day. Moses. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. I actually
What's
was
up?
trying to hit you up, man. I was calling about this deal I have on the contract. It's a for sale by owner. It's in Covington, Kentucky, right? First thing I wanted to ask was when I do get a for sale by owner under contract, right? Do I have the owner remove their number from the listing?
I probably wouldn't. I mean, they're going to get calls, but like, what's the point? You know, and if the word doesn't work out with you, then they got to remove it. They can put pending, right? I would probably move it to pending if they're going to do something.
Yeah.
But you just got to understand that your cash buyer is going to see it. So like, there's no hiding it.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell you to do 70% on the listing price, because the cash buyer is going to see it 70% of the listing price. Like, okay, that's actually a really good discount. I can do that. Anything above that, the buyer's going to be like, they're going to be kind of upset. Not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. A lot of buyers get upset. Even if they're good buyers, they're still going to be upset.
So if it was so let's say it's originally listed for like 190K, I would take 70% of that, and then that's what I would use as my offer.
No, below that.
Below that. Oh.
Yeah, cash buyer's going to want it like 133, 135 at that deal. Bro, you see me do these Zillows. I do $75,000, $80,000, $90,000 price reductions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually did it like right after watching you, and I didn't really. I'm not gonna lie. I did not grasp like the total concept. It was more of a like, you know what, F it. Let's get to just
That's
calling,
what
and
it's doing.
you know what I mean. Like, and I ended up getting like a reduction. It was like 180,000, but I definitely did not get a 70% reduction on it. I got
Wait,
it
you
under
went from
contract.
195 to 180?
No, it went from it was 180. It's 180,000, and I offered 145,000. That was my not bad.
Not bad. Not 70, but not bad. Okay.
So he talked his way up to 147.5, right? And the thing is, I did comps, right? And in the past 3 months, there were like 2 more similar houses that sold for like the 300, like almost. I think it was. Let me pull it up on my phone so that way I'm more accurate. I got all the information right here. But let's see. So yeah, I got my ARV at 360K plus. I was trying to get rid of it, or I'm trying to get rid of it because I have it under contract right now. I actually just left. Like I drove all the way to Kentucky to see the property in person because I was just so hyped. Like I was just like, oh, I got my first thing under contract. You know what I mean? Let me go see it in person. I met the buyer. Buyer was cool. I walked through with I had one potential buyer send a contractor through, and I walked through with them. So that's where I got my ARV number from. You know what I mean? And the previous comps.
All right, Moses, let's skip the comps, bro. How much is the cash buyer looking to buy it for?
The cash buyer, well, I spoke to a couple of them, but the only one that got back to me with a number went all the way down from 165 to 75K. I was like, whoa.
75.
Yeah.
All right. Now, see, he's at like 90%. All right. That's too much. Okay. So remember, you can't sell a deal. If you're not selling it right now, it's because you have it locked up for too high or you haven't found enough cash buyers. I don't know where you're at right now. I really legit don't know.
I already got it under contract. I spoke to like several people. I had like 2 people tell me like there wouldn't be enough juice in it, but then I spoke to another cash buyer. But my thing is, I wasn't in his buy box. It was more so that, I was just building rapport with him through, just saying, hey, no harm done if you don't want this. And, he kind of got back to me about how I was advertising the property and, something like stuff about that. You know what I mean? And he said it was a good deal. He said my numbers are pretty on point. You know what I mean? And he gave me his buy box and told me to think about him first in the future if I lock up anything or when I lock up, properties within his buy box. So, it's kind of like, I have one buyer that is legit, telling me, hey, yeah, this is good. You got good numbers. And I got, this guy offering me 75K.
Honestly, you talk to more buyers. You legit, you're not in the guy's buy box. So you've only talked to one cash buyer. You got to bump those numbers up. You got to be at 4 to 5. You know what you got to do too.
I mean, I've definitely emailed and like called more than 5 people, and I have gotten like responses, but everybody just sends me back. I've gotten all of the potential buyers buy boxes. You know what I mean? Either they're not in the area but I would assume that, the location is perfect. It's right by the water. It's like 5 minutes from Paycor Stadium. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's where the Cincinnati Bears play. So, I was just kind of wondering, like, why would that person go so low on an offer? It seems like a pretty good steal in the neighborhood.
You talk to one person. Talk to one guy. That was it. You got to talk to 4 or 5 that want to go by and look at the house.
Okay.
You got to change your language and talk to these buyers now because you're looking for cash buyers. And now you're in selling deal mode. Hey, my name is Moses. I have a deal locked up in Covington, and I'm looking for someone to buy it. Are you looking to buy any more properties in Covington for cash? Yes. Here's the property. You're getting a little more desperate. You're gonna have to do it. And then, hey, I can do this price. Oh, I can do this price. I can do this price. Boom. You get 3 or 4 of them, then you're gonna figure out what's the problem with the property.
Okay.
We really can't move forward unless we know if you got to bring it down in price or you haven't talked to enough buyers. I think you have to bring enough buyers to figure it out.
Yeah, I've only had one person walk through. Actually,
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And the issue is, bro, you have to get a price. So, did he give you that 165 price commitment before he walked through?
No.
So make sure he gives a price commitment before he walks through the house. I always say that at freewholesaling.com because you don't want to do too many walkthroughs. Is it a vacant property?
Yes, the property is it's vacant. The owner doesn't owe anything on the property, so it's got 100% equity in it. And
how far is the house from you?
Bro, I just got back today from driving 10 hours.
Why do you drive 10 hours, dude?
Honestly, I'm just the type of person, like, I get so hyped. And I was just like, you know what? I have to see it in person. I got it under contract. I need to see it in person. You know, I don't regret it. I would say I built connections. I got a lot of buyers buy boxes. I live in New York.
Oh, Lord, bro. All right. I mean, dude, do me a favor, get a lockbox on the property and just bring your buyers through with that.
Yeah, and that was another thing. See, the buyer doesn't want to put a lockbox on it.
Seller or buyer?
I mean, yeah, the seller doesn't want to put a lockbox on it. You know, like, I have good rapport with him.
Why?
You know, he says he has to be there to walk them through the property, or he doesn't, you know, not while he's not there. He hasn't really given me a reason.
It's the house. We don't have control of it. Just tell him, hey, this guy he charged me too much. We got to bring another contractor through. And then the next person is going to be your contractor.
Okay.
So you're going to have to find a buyer. Say, hey, you know what? I'm looking to buy this. What price works for you? Here are the pictures. Okay. So you can do 165. Are you good for that price? If you are good for it, you can walk through.
Okay.
You got to make them do a commitment, because if you keep them at their word, they can't really go from 165 to 70. I think the guy was trying to play you, honestly, because cash buyers do that a lot sometimes. I think he's trying to play you for a fool. So just, hey, can you commit at this price? Fine, you can walk through and go through the house.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, his contractor tried to talk to well, honestly, what's the policy on them having their contractor talking to the seller? Because the contractor at one point
talk to the seller. They deal with the real estate. I tell the cash buyer that too.
So the cash buyer, their contractor shouldn't be talking with the seller?
No. Why?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I did see, but that's the other thing. See, the other buyer I spoke to who told me that the number was right, he told me on the phone, he said, you should, you know, the way he put it was, you should let go of that fear of somebody trying to circumvent you and screw you out of the deal. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I had told him about how this contractor kept trying to discuss numbers with the seller while I'm there. And, you know, the seller was with me. The seller had to put him in his place. The seller told him, you're discussing this with him, not me, you know?
So you need to make sure you tell your cash buyers that. Go to freewholesaling.com, dude. You got to ask the right questions. And you got to be really militant with the cash buyers.
Okay.
Dude, it's like have you ever dealt with like a puppy or a small cat?
Yeah, I had a puppy, definitely.
You know what dogs do when they're young? They test you. They see what they can get away with and what they can't. And if you let them sleep on the bed, they're going to sleep on the bed. If you don't let them on the couch, they won't be on the couch.
Yeah.
They test you, okay? Cash buyer's testing you too. Don't let the cash buyer on the bed. All right? Don't let them where they don't want to be. Take them off.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not allowed on here. You're not allowed to talk to the buyer. You have to
treat a puppy like a puppy.
Train them like a dog. You actually have to. And if you don't, they're gonna pee and poop all over your house. And ain't gonna be good, all right, dude? All right?
Yeah, I hear you. Yo, thank you.
Cash buyer. So you repeat back to me, next cash buyer where they want to walk through the house, what's the process?
I'll send you some pictures through. And if you can commit to this price right here, is 165 okay? Would that be okay? Look, would you want to come see more after that? Are you comfortable? You know what I mean? So that would be like my first step. Obviously not worded like that, but just
Okay.
all right. So now that you've seen it, are you comfortable with moving forward?
Okay.
Or would you say something differently, like along those lines?
A little different. And are you comfortable moving forward? Sure. See, that was good. And then say, okay, well, if you're good with that one, since you're willing to commit to that price, we can go buy and see the property.
Okay.
Now, obviously, if something crazy happens, I get why we'd have to change it but for pretty much you're locked in on that. So what we do is we'll bring you or the contractor through. There's no talking to the seller, just talking with us. You're in and out. It's 5 minutes in and out. Boom, boom, just confirming the condition. We're not going in there to inspect and see if this is going to be the right thing. You actually commit. You got to commit first, and then you can go through it. I have a lot of buyers looking to buy this property. Then go through there. Boom, boom, boom. You should be fine.
Okay. But as far as the seller, see, I've been in contact with the seller, and he knows. Obviously, I met with him. We shook hands. He walked me through personally. I mean, yeah. So the seller can't necessarily do anything because I have it under contract. That's my only thing. Because
no, but
the seller doesn't
the
want
cash
to
buyer respects you. If the cash buyer doesn't respect you, they can run you over through the price. If you train them the right way, they're not going to run you through with the price. You got ran through the price. The guy I've rarely seen $90,000 price reductions from cash buyers, but the guy really thought he could really pull one over you.
Damn. Hey, he didn't get it. He didn't get one over me. I told him he could work with me in the future.
He got the walkthrough off of you. So yeah, he got something.
Okay. So, I mean, what can they get from the walkthrough though?
You only get a certain amount of walkthroughs on a property. 3 or 4 is the most, especially the buyer, like with the seller that you have. So you got to make sure you have really high quality cash buyers.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because if I'm going to have a buyer come through, I got to have this already established with the buyer that you are my contractor going to look at this right now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. See, yeah, that's where, okay. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Yo.
You know what to do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next live, man. Drop that StreamYard link. I had to ask you for it multiple times, man. Make sure you drop that StreamYard link for everybody to join in. I love what you're doing.
Go to the Facebook group.
I'm in the Facebook group. I'm in the YouTube group.
It's featured. Go to the top. Go to the top. It's in there every time.
Every single time?
Every time.
All right.
I got to train you like a dog now.
Hey, don't be talking like that, Zach, man. I heard you talking about these gurus' wives, man. I'm not these gurus, man.
No, don't be doing you to hop on the StreamYard so you can talk to me. I got to train my followers. All right, look. Do you see how it's on the top of the featured right here?
I'm in Zach Ginn. Hold on. Boom. Zach Ginn. I mean, I could see.
Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group.
Oh, see, okay, see, I'm on your page.
No, go to Wholesaling Houses for Real.
Boom. Oh, okay, so I gotta tap this button right here. Featured. I mean, I see this right here.
Yes. Click on it, and there should be a StreamYard link.
Yeah.
I had to train you, bro. But it's okay. But now you saw it once. Now you got to hop on, and now I gotta put your butt to the fire and make sure you get this deal done. Because guess what's gonna happen next time you hop on here? You know what I'm gonna ask you? How many buyers you talk to, and you have to give me an answer.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Everybody, so everyone's gonna see what you did.
Oh yeah, I got you, and I'm gonna have proof. Yo, I got the text. I got the text on my phone right now from all the buyers that I texted.
Got this, man. I would also deal with a couple realtors too. I would legit probably try to call 20 realtors if I were you.
You just brought up another question. Excellent, because I actually spoke to a realtor. A realtor called me, and because I had set up a ghost listing, you know what I mean, and I did, hey, yeah, we got rid of that one, but I still got this one, and so I did that, and I had a couple people call me. One of them, somebody's talking about a rent to own or a rent to buy, type of thing, but I didn't think that would work. You know what I mean? Like,
that wouldn't work. You're wholesaling, man. You're just selling it, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
So go with the realtors on cash sales and go from there. Realtor, like just everything I did on my live yesterday, just go through it and you should find some good buyers.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. I was just mad tired last night, man.
You're good, man. You got the entire Cincinnati metropolitan area. You're going to find a couple good realtors.
Word.
And guess what? You don't have to drive 10 hours because you have a realtor that's going to do the showing for you. Boom.
But how much do I offer them on, or do they like kind of throw their own little
160, and then the realtor gets $5,000, so 165 purchase price.
Okay, yeah. All right, so the realtor would take the $5,000.
Hey, the realtor $5,000.
All right, cool. So I would just, I'm gonna look at your video from yesterday, and I'm gonna pick up, the pieces from there.
All right, bro.
All right, bro, man. You have happy Festivus. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Festivus. You got this. All right. Have a blessed one, man.
You too, bro.
Oh, awesome. All right. So that's what we got today, guys. I'm telling you, I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. Hopefully, you guys have an amazing time with your family. Make sure you truly understand what's important in life. 3 main things in life, obviously, right? Family, number 1. Taking care of other people, and flexing on broke wholesaling gurus. If you can follow the key 3 tenets of living a great life, you can do it. Having a great time with your family and friends, number 1. Having good health, taking care of people, and then flexing on broke real estate wholesaling gurus. If you can do all 3, you will live an amazing life worth living. I'm telling you guys, you have to do all 3. And that is how I can keep my life so in balance. All right, guys, I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and I will see y'all. No live stream Sunday night on the Zach Ginn channel, sorry, but there will be one on Monday, I believe. So with the Rick Ginn channel. So really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe.